Hi, welcome
Hello.
to Not Nosy, Just Curious podcast. Hi, guys. We have Susan again, and Billy's here.
Hi, everybody.
And
Hello, everybody.
hello. And you know what we're going to talk about?
What?
Happiness.
Mm,
Are you born happy or are you made happy?
what a great question. Very in depth.
What do you think?
I think you choose happy, but I think everyone is born happy. I think
All
everyone is,
babies are happy, right?
yeah, I think everyone is born happy, and ultimately in life you choose happy.
What do you think?
I think the same thing. I think you're born, if you come from a happy family, you're going to be happy. If you come from a sad family, you're going to be sad.
But I mean,
think
like Susan said, you choose happy, but I mean, what makes you happy?
Well, I think happy is an emotion, right? So it's
No, I think it's money.
what makes you happy?
Money.
Money makes you happy.
So my happy must be very materialistic.
But that's okay. That's who you
My
are.
happy, some people's happy is very emotional, like you're saying.
Well, I think happy, the word in general, is an emotional term, meaning fear is an emotional term. So every baby, like Billy said, I agree with, is born happy. But one thing I know is happiness, it's like fear. It can be educated into us and it can be educated out of us.
Happy.
And so can happy, but fear can as well. So it's the opposite of it. But what I'm saying is happy can be educated into us, it can be educated out of us.
So you're saying happy is learned.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
you do?
it was taught at a young age. If you're raised in a happy family,
Mhm.
You're gonna
You're
be a happy
happy
kid.
just by association.
yes.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
Or if you're raised from a miserable family,
you're going to be miserable.
you're going to have to learn how to be happy on your own.
So can you be from a miserable family and then go out into the world and become happy?
Yes.
How?
You meet somebody that shows you what happiness is.
But how would you know if you were just exposed to misery?
Because it's a feeling that you felt. That's why it's an emotion.
If that's how you relate happiness to feelings, or happiness could very well be shallow material things.
It could be, but when you're your most happiness, sometimes you experience happiness when you don't realize it. If someone smiles at you out of nowhere that you were not expecting, I'm sure someone feels a little happiness in their heart.
Or they want something from you.
Or you could think of that, but at the end of the day, you still experience something.
Joy?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think, but there are very miserable babies.
Explain.
There are some babies who are just born with stern looks on their faces and are just miserable kind of babies.
I've never met one. Have you?
I've never either. I think it's the environment. If
Yeah.
you're raised in a stern family or unhappy family, like I said, I think you're going to be brought up as a unhappy baby.
But I mean, but Billy, a baby doesn't know happy or unhappy. They just know environmental, their environment. That's what they are, reacting to environment.
Well, the common thing with a baby, when a baby's born and people come to see it, it's a happy gesture. Oh, look at
I
this
was
cute
just going to
baby.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a
Or nobody would come and say, that's an ugly baby.
I've heard you say that before.
I
I'm
am
just kidding.
not. But I'm just saying, I think you're right. I think we are all born happy, all very happy. And then
We don't know better.
Then kindergarten happens.
Yeah, we don't know any better.
Right, and
But
then-
like Billy said, think about this. We're also encouraged to be happy. When you're born, I don't remember one. I don't remember two. Barely remember three. I started remembering 4 years old. But at the end of the day, they come to you with happiness and smiles. You are the center of attention.
The baby.
The baby.
Yes.
Any baby.
Yes. And like I said, on Nico's happiness thing, they were my happy pills. If I was feeling remotely blue or whatever, I would go over there and they would be joy, joy, happy, happy. And I would instinctively become happy.
That's right. Now, does that apply to old people that are in retirement homes? Because it does for me.
What do you mean?
So I
We
would
should ask Billy. He's old in retirement home. Ask him. Go on.
no,
Direct this right.
you guys are still kicking.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about the people that have no family, the people that need care for. they might have lived a life of misery, but now they're being cared for and now they're back to the center of attention. So meaning like we were born as the center of attention, we die as the center of attention.
If you're lucky, Susan, if you were so miserable and bad and not nice in your life, you die alone.
You may, but there has to be at least one person. At the
No,
funeral.
there's nobody.
I don't know anyone that hasn't. I had a lady that just happened to me. I met this woman who owned this home, and she said she had 4 kids, this and that, and they're all over the world. I never met them, never knew them, but I ended up visiting her at the hospital, at the retirement home, everything. And at her funeral, it was just me and this other woman there. And I thought, but you had a catering business. You had in Los Angeles, you had all these people. Where are these people?
But that's so interesting that the funeral sums up your life.
Mhm.
The funeral, the people you have at the funeral sum up your life. If you have this bunch of people.
Well, they say that's normal. If you have a huge funeral, a lot of people come see you. They say you had a wonderful life.
Right.
You met a lot of people. in your
But if
past.
you get old, there's nobody left.
That's what I was thinking.
Right?
Well, that's stemmed by I've known some people in this world that when they get a certain age, they just start turning people away. They're done with their friends and people. So
But
Who are you talking
They-
about? I
they-
wonder.
they lose their friends.
Well, that
because
sounds like you're talking about somebody.
well, because they figure they should be called instead of you calling them.
Okay, but you know what? They weren't making that person happy.
Yes. So then,
But they're not responsible. Do you think other people are responsible for your happiness?
no.
Like Billy will
No.
say to me sometimes, I just want to make you happy, which is very nice and respectable, but he's not responsible for my happiness.
But he adds to it.
But I've told him, you're not responsible. I have to. This is my campaign. This is my cross to bear, my ship to captain. I have to be happy.
Yeah, but I think happiness is a goal. If you have a goal, you need to have tools and resources. A resource, humans are medicine.
Yes.
Humans,
Like I said, my
Humans-
little
And I believe
grandkids were.
your friends encourage. I think you get encouragement from people, relatives, family members, whatever. They encourage you to be
yeah.
happy. If you don't have those people in your life, then you could be miserable.
Also, I would like to make one point too. As we were talking about funerals, and when you're old, sometimes there's nobody there, and you could have been living a very happy life, and everyone just died, as you said. But I think another way to measure happiness of that person is if you inspired younger people.
Okay. All right. Trying to put that in a personal content here. Let me see.
So if I
Now,
happen-
Billy, he inspires younger people given his occupation as a coach,
yes,
right? So he's made people happy,
You're better.
right?
yeah,
So does that make you happy, making those kids happy?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's what my goal is, to make people happy. I'm an educator. I'm a promoter.
Be
you
careful.
can see
Be careful there.
I mean, my goal is to get these kids in another direction and help them. with-
That makes you happy.
Yes. It
And
does.
Susan, when you close a sale and they love their home, does that make you happy?
that's a little happiness.
So you're-
no, actually, that's a lot of happiness because I helped someone.
Right.
I find happiness in helping people.
So your job you're on for 8 hours a day gives you a little happiness.
No, it's 24.
Okay, 24 hours a day.
Mhm.
You're not on your job 24.
Yeah, are you kidding? I get calls at midnight.
Okay,
midnight,
Well,
all the time.
anyhow. And your job makes you happy.
Sure.
My job, despite my good intention, makes me miserable.
But that maybe could fall under you're not doing what you love.
Well, exactly.
And if you don't do what you love, you're not
You're
happy.
gonna happy.
Yeah.
So
You
for
do it
me,
you do it for the money.
my job was an ends to a means.
Which means if she's doing it for the money, is that relatively what really makes her happy? Maybe something else makes her happy that she doesn't realize.
This makes me very happy.
See, that could be it.
I like this.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you know what? I think I ask good questions.
Amazing question.
Yeah, like does my butt look big in this dress?
Yeah,
Right.
I've heard that question before.
Hey, Billy, you want to respond to that?
Can't win answering that question.
And so, no, I think if you're on the job, you're 24 hours on that job, that's happy, right? So that's
No.
a made happiness. That's not a born happiness.
I don't think happiness is about numbers. I think happiness is about feelings. Again, I think it brings back to the emotion. How does it make you feel at the time that you're doing what you're doing? If you're gambling and you're making money,
And that's happy.
that's happy, right?
But if you're not making money when you're gambling, but you love to gamble,
You're not happy.
You're
but you
not happy.
love to gamble.
You're still not happy
So, I mean, what kind of dynamic is that? You're doing something you love
because that's called not true happiness. True happiness
is winning,
True happiness is unconditional.
but gambling is not unconditional.
So it's a conditional happiness. So now we have conditional happiness and we have unconditional
Well,
happiness.
you just took this to a whole nother level.
Well, that's the truth.
Right.
Billy, what would you say?
Mhm. Well, I'm a
But,
gambler.
I mean,
so-
you
I am
so
too.
accuse it.
I-
So
I
you
am.
go
I'm
gambling
not
because
saying-
maybe you got the blues a little bit, and you said, "I'm gonna go gambling. That makes me feel good," right?
No, that's when I do not gamble
Or when you're down in the dumps, you don't gamble.
because I know I'm not mentally there.
Or you have to be mentally present to gamble.
Absolutely.
Really?
For me. For me.
You?
Yes.
Like Billy will go, I shouldn't have won. I had a feeling. Do you ever have that
Oh,
feeling?
he's 1000% right. Yeah. Couldn't agree with him anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sorry, the video cut out on us, so I'm going to create the conclusion by myself without my partners. So, in conclusion, don't gamble and be happy. See you next time on Not Nosy, Just Curious.